Hi everybody, welcome to another Invasion Shoot production. I'm here with Brutal Joe Gibson, Nick Virtue, the former sinner. We're back at the palatial Invasion Production Studios.
Palatial.
Looking better than ever, I think.
Yeah, it does actually look nice today.
Yeah.
It's actually not the Pensacola Grand Hotel ballroom or anything. We couldn't reserve that for this occasion.
Not the ballroom.
That's just for contract signings and
press conferences. Yeah. Right. Absolutely.
Jerry's mom actually has a hookup on that room too. So, yeah.
My mom gets us the ballroom.
Is your mom moving?
No.
I see all kinds of weird cars over there. Is she like...
No, she's having a bunch of work.
She's having a
Why are we talking? Why are we talking about my mom's
party?
Does she have a lot of male callers these days?
Yeah. Well. No, my mom's having a bunch of stuff done to her house. She had new floors put in and a bunch of stuff fixed up. And
all right, let's get this ball rolling.
Let's jump into our first topic of discussion. It's going to be your inspiration, I guess, for getting it. This is his idea. Getting in the wrestling business. Is that what we're talking about?
Well, you know what Nick Virtue's inspiration for everything is. No, I guess as a fan, you know, because that's how everybody started. Unless you're Danny Rolling and too good to be a fan. I don't know. I always enjoyed such superstars as Shawn Michaels. He was top of the heap for me. I always really enjoyed his work.
You've always wanted to blow that guy.
Well, not really, but...
No, literally, I think you did.
Little, like...
Yeah, no, like, literally, orally copulate him inside your mouth.
Orally copulate him?
Yeah.
I don't know. And then I always enjoyed, you know, in the WCW, like the early 90s WCW.
It's World Championship Wrestling if you're a new fan to professional wrestling and all you know is WWE.
Yeah, there's no such thing as WWE. Up here and in here. It'll always be a lawsuit waiting to happen as far as I'm concerned. I always really liked the Dangerous Alliance, Stunning Steve Austin, and
that was a good one.
Arn Anderson.
Bobby Eaton, Larry Zbyszko.
Yeah, not Zbyszko so much.
Well, you didn't like him, but he was in the Dangerous Alliance.
But he was part of the Dangerous Alliance, and I don't know. I really liked Stunning Steve Austin a whole lot.
Rick Rude was in there.
Rick Rude, I really liked him a lot.
That was a good little package of talent.
I liked the Hollywood Blondes gimmick. You know, I thought that was a cool gimmick. And Stunning Steve Austin, unfortunately, didn't really do much with his career after that.
No, he didn't. What happened to that guy?
He just kind of fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
But you know, I like guys like Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect.
His DVD just came out. It's a good
it's
watch.
A very good watch.
That hour match with him and Bockwinkel.
He won't sit through that.
No.
What?
It's got to be an 8-minute cheese fest.
IRS versus Tatanka.
Yeah.
That was actually a really good match, IRS versus Tatanka.
I never saw it. They both did the fall-away slam for their finish, or not the fall-away slam, the Samoan drop,
the
right?
Papoose to go.
Pardon?
That's what Bobby Heenan used to call Tatanka's move.
I thought it was the Trail of Tears.
That's when Vince gave him the pink slip.
I went to not a house show, I had to do a bit of TV taping because we went to the Civic Center and Tatanka had a squash match with a jobber and the guy fucked up so bad that they finished the match, went back, and then immediately had another Tatanka squash match with another jobber.
Get back out there.
He fucked everything up.
All right, Gerald, your turn.
Well, let's go to Joe next.
All right, Joseph, your turn.
Everybody knows mine anyway. It's been covered.
No, growing up though, I really didn't get the whole fix on the tasteless WWE stuff that old Virtue over there was really into at that time. I mean, I grew up a lot on the old NWA.
Wrestling.
Right.
Not
real wrestling, you know, we had wrestling matches instead of stories and angles and crap like that.
The Andersons.
More on that later.
Only an R.
Right. No, my influences growing up were, you know, you had Flair, Arn Anderson,
the Horseman.
Pretty much the Horseman. Now, let me just go ahead and say the Horseman.
That's a big Horseman mark.
Magnum TA was really into the Russians. I love some Nikita Koloff.
Nikita and Crusher Khrushchev later became Demolition Smash, Barry Darso.
Repo Man.
Repo Man. Of Repo Man fame.
That's it. But yeah, I mean, those were pretty much the guys I grew up watching, and I really enjoyed. And that's, you know, where I now put a lot of my influence in what I do based off of the wrestling, because that really tells the tale in the long run. I mean, you can have your characters, you can have, you know, your over the tops, but you also need a solid foundation to kind of legitimize, you know, what you do. And
Sure.
Not to take anything away from what, you know, people with actual characters do, because they do bring a special something to the show.
Right. Honky Tonk Man.
Right. I mean, you do have, you know, I mean, you do have your awesome gimmicks, but you actually also need your legit guys. And I'm not at all saying I'm that legit, but it's just something that influenced me growing up. So.
You're our Bruiser Brody.
Yeah, yeah.
You're our Joe the Brawler.
Joe the Brawler.
The Brooklyn Brawler. Steve Lombardi.
Yes.
The Beantown Brawler.
All right, Gerald, go talk about Barry Windham and Boda.
Everybody knows the first match I ever watched was Sting and Flair doing the 45-minute draw, and that's what got me started watching wrestling, because it was a wrestling match, like you said, 45 minutes long. Flair did all his stuff, which of course I came to find out was repetitious that he did every time, but at that point I didn't know. We had a cat. Cats all over the studio.
You let one in, you feed them.
And then me and my mom were on a trip. I got the wrestling magazine, read it cover to cover. There's an article on Barry Windham joining the Horsemen, turning on Lex Luger. And I knew there was heroes and villains, but I didn't know that they flip-flop back and forth, and that blew my mind, because I always liked villains and movies and shit like that, comic books and whatnot. So the first time I turned TBS on and I saw Barry Windham work as one of the Horsemen and got the U.S. title and all that good stuff, that was it. That was my inspiration.
Yeah.
So,
let me ask you a personal question.
shut that cat up over there. Beat that thing senseless.
What's up, Sid?
Nobody knows why you're laughing.
Why you say Sid? It won't.
Oh, he's zooming. Where's the remote?
It's a Bobby Lashley card.
Get it, cat. Somebody give me a BB gun.
Well, let me ask you all a question then, just to kind of, you know, go on a little serious note. I mean, we understand now who our influences are. I mean, what does wrestling mean to you guys? I mean, I have my reasons.
It's on the sheet. You didn't.
I know.
You're playing it like you came
Well,
up
you know,
with that.
well, thank you. You know,
there's a sheet down here with that written on it, word for word.
I wasn't going to call you out on that.
Thank you, Nick.
I
I'm sorry, Reiner has this required 45 minutes of talking on the airtime. You know, he feels like everybody's stealing his heat on a friggin' interview that 12 people. No, that 12 people are going to watch this.
And 3 of them are going to be us.
Yeah, three times.
3 times each, you know. You know, maybe our relatives might click on it once, get bored, and, you know.
I liked your chutzpah.
Yeah, my mom would be like, oh, well,
Jumping in there,
Nick was
I like
really
that.
interesting until he talked about wanting to blow this guy named Shawn Michaels.
I didn't ever say that, though.
Yeah, you didn't have to say it, you know. It's like, we see a little sparkle in your eye.
We know. Little bulge in your pants.
So anyway, all right, Jerry, read off the freaking card. Everything that I just said negated, you know.
After all the internet pictures that have gone up, you can
Right.
talk about people on Shawn Michaels.
Well, I mean, you got to start somewhere, man.
I guess, man.
No, I just liked he did a good promo there. It was good. Like
Yeah, it was good, and then you had the, you know,
and I shit on it, but it was okay.
15-year prick.
I was
over
complimenting you on how well you did it, though.
Yeah, well then go ahead and just.
So, Joe, you want to know what wrestling means to me?
You know what? Really want to know what it means to me right now?
I know what wrestling doesn't
Putting up
mean.
with douchebags like this once or twice a month.
You know what?
Don't steal my heat, Green Dick.
You know what? You just went full circle. I mean, you just talked about wrestling in a nutshell right there. That's all it is. It's getting in there. Hey, you're good. Don't steal my heat, Green Dick.
Exactly.
What does wrestling mean to me?
He wants to know.
Coke.
I don't. You know.
What does wrestling mean to me? Here's what wrestling means to me. Wrestling used to mean something to me. Well, and it's not that it doesn't now.
He's so jaded.
I have gotten jaded, and I feel like I have every right to be jaded.
Raven called him jaded one time.
He did. Me and
Him and Justin Cruz, they were jaded
young kids.
Jaded young guys in the business. I love jaded young guys in the business.
And then Justin Cruz said, "What does jaded mean?" And then he farted on Jerry.
He did fart on me. He said sorry.
And then I saved his life
Yeah.
from that maniacal Justin Cruz.
But anywho.
But